Nyla Rose, Nyla Beast, native Nyla Rose the Beast.
What we saw last week on AEW Dynamite.
Bam, bam. Down with the best friend. Sorry. Thunder, Rosa, Thunder, she's Rosa, Thunder, she's Rosa. Ruby Soho, Ruby Soho. I know you would love that. I knew you would love that. Ruby Soho. Destination, no, whoa.
From Montreal to Memphis, parlez-vous français? Tell all the girls the Rouges are on their way. They don't like heavy metal, they don't like rock and roll, but all they like to listen to is Barry Manilow. They're all American boys, all American boys, all American boys. They're all American boys.
You know what? After a night we had last night, I could use to listen to some Barry Manilow because last night was head scratching. What the fuck?
Yeah, what? This chit chat, just arguably one of the worst reveals. It might be in history. Just happened last night.
Maybe Austin, or excuse me, maybe Vince is the higher power. Maybe. I don't know, dude. This whole thing last night came out of left field. It's so weird. Like, yeah. We'll get into it before we do. Let's use in chat real quick, and then we'll give our thoughts, and then we'll talk about the news because there's a lot to cover. That's what took us so long. We had to get every story because there's been a multiple stuff we've been reporting like the past hour. Stuff's been dropping, so we're trying to get everything lined up, ready to go, so we can present it and try to do our best to cover all this bullshit. So, anyways, let's see who's in here. We got Jack of all casuals. Good to see you.
Jack?
Last toxic male. Not gonna. Yeah. Raheem definitely got some white brutality. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Gravy D.
What gravy?
Looks like that is all. So before we get started on the news, let's just go ahead and give our thoughts. Trey, you lead us off, and we'll go cover all this shit.
Okay, so the segment, Randy starts out, and it's already bad because he does the Cody, what do you want to talk about thing, but he did it with St. Louis. He did not feel like a heel at all. I'm just going to say this whole promo. Then Cody comes out, and then Pat fucking McAfee comes out, kicks Cody in the dick because everybody just has to kick Cody in the nuts now. That just has to be that's a meme now. It's like everybody turning on Rey Mysterio. Cody Rhodes has to get kicked in the dick again.
Yep. It's basically the reverse Brock Lesnar. Remember, you just beat Brock, you just go in there and just kick him in the balls and you beat him with no problem.
Yeah.
I have no idea. I wasn't watching this live chat. Me and Trey, we were busy last night. We were watching some movies, trying to get prepared for our channel reviewing with the boys, which, by the way, you can go and watch our last stream that we did with the Mummy Returns and the first Mummy. So cheap plug. So yeah.
Yep, check that out.
Yeah, so me and Trey were minding our business, and we were just talking, and all of a sudden he's like, I got a text message from my friend in IRL. Then I got Trey in my ear saying, you're not going to believe who this new person is, behind the call. I'm like, who? Like, I'm thinking to myself, Arn Anderson, someone like really like has a tie, ties between Cody. Or I even came to the conclusion it might have been Aleister Black.
Or Randy himself.
Yeah, Randy himself and all that good stuff. No, it was Pat McAfee. This whole thing came out of left field, out of nowhere, dude.
And I said it how I said it here. Pat fucking McAfee. I'm like, because I was just checking Twitter real quick because I was going to kick off the show. So I was like, all right, I'll see who this is real quick. Because I don't watch SmackDown all the way. It was 3 hours. I can't.
Yeah. Well, there's a reason with the show's dog shit. Let's just be real.
Yeah, SmackDown's just not good. Raw, I can at least watch.
Yeah.
But.
Cool, because it's 2 hours. It ain't a third
bad.
hour.
It's a better show.
Yeah.
It's just a better show. SmackDown is. Anyway.
Yeah, but me and Trey were just like in awe. Like we were just like, you've got to be kidding me. And
then I watched the segment after.
Yeah, and like Pat, what he said, like, what didn't make no sense to me because it's like he's, we'll talk about it when we cover it, but it's like he said, we want the Attitude Era back, and I'm thinking to myself, well, first of all, Randy wasn't even a part of the freaking.
Yeah, he wasn't part of the Attitude Era. He came in literally when it was on the way they were switching to the Ruthless Era.
Yeah.
We don't count Randy Orton like that early 2002 era, really. We don't count that version.
That was rookie Randy Orton. The Randy Orton didn't get into his prime till
2000. I would say 2003 is when we really talk about Randy.
Like a main event player, I would say Randy became a main event player in 2004. He didn't last there long because of his attitude and everything.
True main event player was like, what, 07, would you say?
Yeah, around 07. Definitely.
But even 05, though, he had the feud with Undertaker.
Yeah, the Legend Killer gimmick was great. But, like, he's like, yeah, I want the Attitude Era back. And I'm just like, Randy wasn't even part of the Attitude Era. He's part of Ruthless. It's like, what are we talking about? I don't know. And apparently, like, so we'll get into it, but like, apparently Pat's promo was unscripted, everything like that. So we're going to get into the stories now. It's like, so bear with us because this is going to be a long session of this. This might take us maybe a good 40 minutes to an hour. So get your popcorn ready and get your drinks ready because this is going to be a pretty much a shit show trying to cover all this stuff and trying to process all of this, okay? So we're going to get started. Trey, if you want to read the chat right there, what the Russell Pierce and PW Insider reported earlier last night.
Regarding the Pat McAfee reveal on SmackDown, those spoken to believe this was an edict from TKO brass to WWE creative, not an idea that originated in the WWE writing room but was approved by Paul Levesque. One source believed the edict may have come from far as up as Ari Emanuel. Mike Johnson from PWI Insider.
Yeah. So that's that one. So apparently this is an Ari Emanuel call.
I mean, it feels like it.
Yeah, because like it just doesn't make any sense to me.
Even the shot of Randy leaving with Pat in the fucking car or the Escalade or whatever.
Yeah. And like, here's another thing from Mike Johnson that followed up from this one right here. I think it's sharing, I think.
Yeah.
You want to read that for the chat, Trey?
Pat McAfee's inclusion in the Cody Rhodes versus Randy Orton angle was reportedly done with ESPN promotion in mind. The idea seems to be that including McAfee in the scenario gives ESPN a new promotional dimension for WrestleMania, given McAfee's importance and popularity on their platform, giving the ESPN audience something additional leading into their first ever WrestleMania broadcast. Why? WWE or TK, whoever, can we stop just playing to the plebs, to the non-fans? I'm so done with this. Just have a good show, bro.
Yeah, like here too. Okay. Now this
like
one,
imagine if ESPN era they showed like WrestleMania 17, you wouldn't have to alter the show at all.
But like, here's the thing. I get where they're talking about the whole ESPN and WWE dynamic. I know, yeah, they're on ESPN. Ari Emanuel has a deep ties to ESPN, all that good shit. And Pat McAfee's one of the pretty much the only thing carrying the ESPN network right now is the Pat McAfee show. Because honestly, I'm a sports guy. ESPN's fucking dog shit. Okay, only they do in the day is that they talk about politics and they talk about sports, and it doesn't make any sense to me. You got Stephen A. Smith, who's just a fucking retarded moron. He's the worst takes I've ever heard in my life. Then he plays politics while he's doing the sports and saying how everyone's all, everyone's racist and all that stupid shit, right? So basically, Pat McAfee in his podcast is carrying the ESPN brand on its back. It's the only thing worth watching, right? So I get why Ari Emanuel wants Pat McAfee to be a part of this. Now, here is this one right here, Trey. If you want to read that to the chat for a minute.
A source indicates that Ari Emanuel believes that Pat McAfee is a star and will help elevate the program between Randy and Cody and get it to where it needs to be between his show on ESPN and SmackDown episodes before WrestleMania. TKO are firm believers the mainstream names will help bring more eyes to the product, sell more tickets as they return to Las Vegas.
Now, right there, to sell more tickets as they return back to Las Vegas. Ari, I know it's a crazy idea and a concept. I know it's just like really out there, right? So bear with me, Trey. Like I might be going to the padded room, the Puzzle Factory after I say this, okay?
Yeah.
If you lower your freaking prices, people will come to your show.
Yeah.
What you guys are
genius idea,
what you
right?
guys are charging is ridiculous. Like people have to sell like their firstborn, their second-born kid to even get a freaking like seat in the nosebleed section.
Weren't we talking about this last year? Almost this time last year?
Yeah.
Even Elimination Chamber?
Yep.
Remember that?
Yep.
But now they Ari, man, we didn't even get to this part because I was saying this last night. I think Cody Randy's cooked now.
Yeah, I think we're gonna get John Cena and Cody Rhodes 2.0 now with Randy. I really do feel that way.
And you think Randy's just gonna turn face randomly on his random SmackDown?
Yeah, I do. Because it's like it's gonna be this whole thing is not gonna work out. Because here's the thing, he's like, oh well. I want, Pat McAfee's promo. He said he wanted to bring back Ruthless. Yeah, he wanted to bring back Attitude Era stuff, right? Here's the problem: half the people in the Attitude Era are either three things. One, they don't wrestle no more. Two, they're dead, right?
Yeah.
And three, it was pretty much half mid-card people too. So it's like who you going to bring back?
And also, a lot of the bigger ones are even like just in the brass now.
Yeah. Yeah, you got Triple H doing creative and all that crap, and like Shawn's doing NXT, so he's not gonna be a part of it. Austin's doing his own shit with being a dune buggy race driver.
Rock's a Hollywood fucking fraud.
Bitch, yeah.
Like, I mean, who do you got? Kane? You gonna bring Kane out?
Yeah, what are you gonna do? Bring the Undertaker back out for another match? Really?
Yeah, because that worked out with Goldberg, right?
Yeah, and just like this right here, like Pat McAfee, as a source noted that Pat McAfee's promo on SmackDown was completely off script and which resulted in Cody Rhodes' promo later in the show. Now I'm gonna try to find that because this is like one of those things I think I have it on here, but I get so many tabs on here, ladies and gentlemen, it ain't even funny, okay? About this whole thing going on. Right here it is. Cody Rhodes responding to Randy Orton's Pat McAfee's attack earlier in the night was not listed internally as planned for the Rundown show. There is a belief that some of Rhodes' comments were him shooting on TKO having insert McAfee into the story. Now, I don't have the clip because I don't know if we would get claimed on Twitter for it and all that crap because WWE was very claim heavy.
Yeah.
But he pretty much said, Pat McAfee, your boss, can kiss my ass. And what are they going to do? Fire me? It worked out like how did that work out the first time for him? Referencing him leaving WWE and going to AEW.
Also called Pat McAfee the Disco Inferno if they had brought like the NWO in and the third man was instead of Hogan, Disco Inferno.
Yep. Like
Cody tried, man, but you can't save this. I don't know if this is salvageable, dude.
Like right here too. It says Cody Rhodes was reportedly told by people in creative to go out there to the ring later on the show that night and stand up for shoot from the hip regarding Pat McAfee and TKO. So apparently he was told by the creative people that, hey, we're kind of sick and tired of TKO sticking their nose in the shit where it don't belong and changing stuff because it's the truth. This is going to be the third year in a row regarding Cody that they have changed and tried to put their nose in the shit where it didn't belong. It happened
Travis Scott.
Yeah, it first happened with The Rock when it was supposed to be Cody and Roman at WrestleMania, the return match
40
in Philadelphia, right?
Yeah.
Then they changed that. It's like, oh no, The Rock's going to be the guy challenging Roman for the title out of the blue, right? So there's that one. The following year, it's The Rock again coming back to be turning John Cena heel with Travis Scott.
That went nowhere.
Went nowhere.
Because, like we mentioned, that promo after the promo where Cena turned face. What was all this for?
Yeah.
He turned face in a fucking throwaway promo before SummerSlam.
The night before.
And then you have Travis Scott, and then we've been talking about this all year. This might be another WrestleMania outside of Oba beats Brock and certain moments. We might get another big retcon mania, you guys.
Yep. And
maybe
now, sorry, Trey. But now going into this year now, think about it. We got Randy and Cody, right? Pat McAfee's going to be in his corner, being Randy Orton.
Jelly Roll.
And Jelly Roll is going to be in Cody's corner.
Yeah.
The thing about this, we've had 3 WrestleManias now. 3 WrestleManias with celebrities, people being involved, plus rappers. If you count John Cena, Travis Scott, and now Jelly Roll. That's 3 rappers involved.
And we're going to have 2 celebrities involved in the granted, I think this is the night 1 main event. Unlike
let's try on. You know what? I just remembered. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. It just hit me. You know what else, too? Little Yachty is going to be in Trick Williams' corner for his match against Sami Zayn at WrestleMania.
That's the thing. If it had just been that, I don't think I'd have a problem with that, right? But
but he invited him to WrestleMania. So Little Yachty's going to be in Trick Williams' corner too. So now we got 4 rappers.
Yeah, the thing is too
WrestleMania. Oh my God.
We know this is going to be a retcon mania because we already talked about it. We think Randy's going to turn face.
Yep.
I actually think it's going to be sooner than Cena turning face last year. I bet you after WrestleMania. Because I don't really see how you can salvage a heel Randy run with Pat McAfee as his lackey.
Well, and plus people were cheering it. Like they were happy that Randy was doing it. Like Randy,
and he's not shitting on the crowd either, really.
Yeah.
He's still doing the pose like a face.
Like I know that he was in his hometown. They're not going to boo the hometown guy, right? But even when Cody came back and did his promo, they didn't care. They started booing Cody.
They were cheering Randy when he turned. They cheered Randy the week before, even before St. Louis. So it's like, this isn't going to work. And now, remember when we thought the worst option was Ted DiBiase Jr.?
Yep.
Arguably as a better option now, ironically.
Now, here's this one right here, too. It says right here, Pat McAfee was planned for the person on the phone with Randy since around Elimination Chamber.
Bullshit.
I don't believe this whatsoever. I don't believe it at all, and here's why. Number one, Randy's promo, the first promo when he attacked Cody, he said, and I quote, "Wrestling has more than one royal family."
Now, I remember that promo because that was on Raw.
Now, could he be talking about just like, hey, it's a throwaway line, right?
My family, maybe.
Yeah, like right here. I got the video. I'm gonna play the video real quick. It's only 8 seconds, so we'll be fine.
All right.
Hey, cool. Wrestling has more than one royal family. Hey, cool.
So here's what I think what happened, okay? I think the reason why Stephanie came out on Monday, she was going to be in Cody's corner. I don't know why, because they've done this shit before. The four-way McMahon match at WrestleMania 2000, right?
Yep.
It was all 4 members of the McMahon family. I think Stephanie was trying to be in the corner what they're going to go for. She was going to be in Cody's corner, and then the person who was going to be in Randy's corner was going to be Vince, but they chickened out. And they said, no, we can't do this because we didn't cover it because I don't think we should at this point because there's not a whole lot.
I already gave my thoughts on Janelle.
Yeah, like allegedly, like she came out and said more stuff yesterday or was it when? It was either Thursday or yesterday, whatever the case
There was
was.
the stuff. There was the stuff before which you're talking about, but there's also the Brock thing that I posted in the. Check the pin down Discord, guys. Which follow, by the way. Join
the Discord, and she made more allegations now and stuff like that. So getting back to what we're talking about, I believe Vince was going to be coming back, and he was going to be aligned with Randy. And they were going to do something that might be called epic, or what? What's the kids use now? It's cinema, right?
Cinema, yeah.
So Vince is pissed off that Triple H and Stephanie still stayed in the company. They didn't follow suit with him. They picked the WWE, or they picked over Vince, right?
Yeah.
Now his plan was, okay, so since you guys did this to me, I'm going to go and get Randy. He's going to be my golden boy, and now he's going to make your guys' life a living hell, including your champion, Cody, and I'm going to take back the control of the company. That's what they're going for. They got cold feet, and that's it. And that's why they didn't do it. Also,
so they couldn't.
Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
They couldn't pivot to Randy himself. Would have been the easiest pivot.
Yeah.
You don't have to bring in anybody. You just have to do a vignette. I've said this for a while. I thought that was the title before. If you've seen Spider-Man 1, remember the Norman Osborn scenes where he's talking to the mask?
Yeah.
And the mask is convincing him to go bad. You could have just did a cinematic kind of thing where it's Randy in a room and a poster of like Heel Orton.
Yep.
Talking to himself. Maybe you got to go within the darkness. But the problem with the feud, fundamentally, Randy and Cody have not had a promo with each other yet. Outside the contract signing, but that doesn't count because Randy hadn't turned yet.
Yeah, like I don't know what's going on. I think you got the feedback. Okay, it's not showing it, is it? Ah, shit.
We got what, 2 weeks till Mania, and Randy and Cody have not had a promo.
No, not at all.
Not since Randy turned heel.
Not since the one thing, the contract signing. Okay. There's this, and this is what caught my eye. Someone posted this, Promo Joe, which he's got a decent account. So if you want to go watch some clips of this guy's stuff, go follow him on X if you're on there. This is Ari and Manuel when they took over 3 years ago when WWE and Endeavor TKO merged together. Now this comment had me laughing now because we're talking about how the past 3 years they butt their nose into creative, right?
Yeah.
So we're gonna play this real quick. And I think this is relevant because it's kind of funny. Then this is like a minute long, so just bear with me, guys, okay? Let me get this fully expanded so everyone can see it. Okay. We're going to play it in 3, 2, 1.
What happens if you guys disagree? Executive Chairman McMahon says, I think we should be doing this. CEO Emmanuel says, no, I think we should be doing this, and this is my show. What happens?
Well, what happens there is we have a little contest in the ring.
Some people are going to say he's not joking.
All right. Okay. I outweigh Ari by 100 pounds. So I think that's the answer.
But seriously, what happens if you guys disagree?
Here's what we said, right? And I said it to him. If we disagree on something that we want to do, guess what? We're not doing it. It's the relationship I have with Silver Lake. I would never put that, and it's the relationship I have with Dana. Dana's got the say as it relates to the UFC. Vince, as it relates to the WWE, he's going to have that. He's going to have the say. We have nothing to do with the creative process. That's Vince's and that's Dana's situation. All the back stuff, we're going to try and do what we do. I think that's what he wants. But if there's a disagreement, that's called a relationship. We will work it out, and that's how we have it.
Let me make it clear. I thought you worked for me.
On the creative side, Vince, do you plan to be as involved as you have in the past on the creative side?
Yes and no. On a higher level, yes. In the weeds, which I always love to get in the weeds in the past. No, I can't do that.
What happened?
So there's that. So I think it's quite funny though, Trey. He's like, Ari and all this when he said, the whole thing, we're not going to get involved in creative. Isn't it kind of funny he waited till Vince got ousted in the company to take down and take control of the creative and say, hey, I think we should be doing this?
Yep. He waited till Vince was gone because he knew he couldn't clash with Vince.
No, because I think he knew that Vince would be like, no, that's stupid. And you heard it obviously right there in the video. So that's like, it's hilarious to me. Now he knows that he can do whatever he wants. Like he has, like, he'll tell Triple H, if I want you to jump, I'll tell you how high I want you to jump. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think he knows Triple H ain't going to push back and be like, okay, you're the boss now, right? Like, you don't want to ruffle no feathers because really Triple H ain't got no security. Let's be real. If he gets let go tomorrow, he's screwed. He's screwed. He's got no one to help him out. He's done. Triple H has creatively the booker, whatever you want to call it. He's done. He can't do anything else about it. He ousted, and would not surprise me. 8 to 12 months, if they let Triple H go, or like they remove him from like this, from creative to head of creative, right? How much you want to bet that Ari Emanuel and TKO will give the creative control to the Seven Bucks Productions, and with Brian Gewirtz as the helm, is now being the head writer for both Raw and SmackDown going forward.
Yeah.
And if that's the case, we'll see The Rock come back, and he'll be pushed down everybody's throats because he'll be the main star again because they got no one else to have it on the show, and The Rock will be the center of the universe again.
Yeah, guys, you ready for that? More Dwayne?
More Dewey, ladies and gentlemen. More Dewey. I just don't know, dude. I just find it funny. The guy who's not got a creative bone in his body is now calling the shots for creative for a company that he has no idea what he's got.
Yeah.
I don't get it, dude. This is like embarrassing. This is like kind of like Dixie Carter, honestly.
I said this to you in the back. This is fucking. If you remember August 1st warning when they brought in Tito Ortiz.
Yep.
That's what this reminds me of.
Now
some people are trying to say this is WCW 2000 bad. I don't know.
No, I kind of agree with that one because this is the same way that they did with David Arquette. They thought David Arquette was a hot star at the time because he was in Scream and he was in C Spot Run and he was in Ready to Rumble and all that stuff. And that was a Tony Schiavone idea, by the way, that he gave to Vince Russo, which, by the way, we're going to be talking about Vince Russo later on in the show because he did something stupid and I'm tired of his bullshit. Anyway, yeah, I think it's the same way. They thought they had the star power with Pat. He is compared to David Arquette. Yeah, Pat McAfee is a star. And the other thing I've got to tell you too, Trey, because this is legit. Pat McAfee is going to be in Tulsa King season 4. By the way.
I do think I remember hearing about that. Yeah, he's gonna be Tulsa.
Yeah, and you know who pushed for that?
Who?
Ari Emanuel.
Oh my God.
Ari Emanuel.
Ari, you fucking Pat chill.
What people don't know, Ari Emanuel was and probably still has connections. He was an agent in Hollywood for years before he bought TKO and whatever, right? So he still got connections, obviously, because Pat McAfee's going to be in season 4 of Tulsa King. And the quote was that some people said in private matters, they said that Ari Emanuel's goal was to make Pat McAfee the next Sylvester Stallone.
Oh my God! Oh,
I got news for you. I don't hate Pat McAfee. Look, I don't like this idea where he's a part of creative. That's not. I hate that part, right?
Yeah.
I don't hate Pat McAfee as a person.
No, he's not a terrible commentator.
No. Do I think sometimes he's too animated for me? Yeah, but he's a wrestling fan, so he's going to use that to his advantage on his show. Like I said, he's the reason why he's like College Game Day and ESPN and Pat McAfee show is even relevant on ESPN because, like I said, ESPN sucks. He's carrying it. He's carrying it. He's carrying the ESPN. So, like I said, I don't get it. I don't know what they're doing, dude. It's ridiculous. I really don't.
No.
Yeah, dude. Like I don't get it. I really don't.
There's so many. I can't rationalize this. I can usually sometimes fantasy book even situations where it's really shit. I can fantasy book out of it.
Yeah.
I don't know how you could do that with this, bro. How do you write?
But can you imagine saying that? Like, I'm going to make this guy the next Sylvester Stallone.
Yeah, that's a crazy. Well,
That
remember
is
Paul
most-
Heyman.
Yeah, go ahead.
Paul Heyman said fucking Austin Theory, Shawn Michaels. So
Yeah. Excuse me. Yeah, it's just
I don't know. But yeah, I don't know how you could say he's the next Stallone. Is he even an actor?
no. I've never seen Pat McAfee in anything. Like I've never seen him in
No.
TV shows, movies, or anything like that. I've not seen anything like that.
So how are you gonna say he's the next Stallone if he's not even an actor?
Yeah,
what?
like I don't get it, dude. Like I guess he's like going like saying like the whole like Americana like persona. Like yeah, Stallone's like pretty much he's kind of like
Fabric of
Americana.
Americana? Yeah, I mean that's true, but
And like he is positive, right? Like I get that, but you say like he's gonna be that kind of a star caliber, athlete or actor or whatever. What are we talking about here?
yeah, you're telling me Pat's gonna put on a performance like Stallone did in First Blood?
Yeah, and like he's gonna be in Tulsa King. Yeah, good for you. Tulsa King is a great show. Which if you haven't, go watch it. It's I thoroughly enjoy that show.
It's one of the best shows out right now.
Yeah, like I don't know why he thought he can make him the next one. Hold on for 1 second, Trey. My dog's back at home. So.
All right. But yeah, like I don't know how you could just say that like he's the next Stallone. Just that's just wild. And the problem with this whole segment, there's a lot of problems.
Yeah,
is it killed the feud for Randy and Cody. I have no interest in it now.
Yeah, like I said, this is going to be John Cena 2.0 with Randy, back-to-back years. I don't know what the fuck TKO's problem is with Cody, but I don't know what he did, but he must have.
Why are they throwing rappers at Cody all the time?
Yeah, but why are they getting into his creative? Think about it. WrestleMania in LA was one of the biggest
39.
WrestleManias that WWE had.
Yeah, and that was well. That went well, and then 40? You did the whole thing with The Rock. 41.
Yeah, so like he loses at WrestleMania, big house, broke records, yada yada yada, right?
Yeah,
that was a Triple H and Vince call they both made that Cody should have lost and win the title the following year, which I kind of felt the same way because I'm like, okay,
I agree.
That makes sense because it's going to be in Philadelphia. You can tell the Rocky story, which
and there's still a couple guys Roman could have faced too.
Yeah, and which they didn't do. They didn't do the Rocky element at all. They gave that to Sami Zayn out of all fucking people.
Also, why didn't we do AJ and Roman 101?
Yeah,
or Randy and Roman 101.
Yeah, so we got that right. So there's like all that bullshit. Then Cody the next following year comes back, wins the Rumble, was going to be challenging Roman for the title. All of a sudden, they said, no, we're going to do The Rock and we're going to do Roman.
And then, The Rock said, oh, I put his hand on Cody's shoulder.
Yeah, and he's like, which had me dying because that documentary they did. The fans are not happy. So it's like, okay, so I'm going to take myself out and we're going to put Cody in that spot. Yeah, no shit, Dwayne. We were going to do that originally before you came back and TKO stuck the nose where he didn't belong in the first place.
Yeah.
So there's that one right there. And then now we get, and then the following year, we get Cody versus John. He turns heel all of a sudden. That was all
the heel turn. The heel turn that went nowhere.
No, it didn't go anywhere because Rock fucked off after a freaking chamber.
And it got retcon.
Yeah, because he got all pissy because he took his ball and went home. And he's like, well, I'm just going to go home and I'm just going to do my movies with Scorsese and DiCaprio and do Moana 2 live action.
And now we're fucking up one of the feuds that everybody's been wanting for years, Cody and Randy.
Yep, and now we're going to have rappers involved. That's great creative. That is just fantastic, dude. Oh, my God. Okay, let's put a bow on that one, covering all that shit. Now, we have something else here that had me scratching my head and laughing because I was just like, what are we doing? But we have a video of Mark Henry talking about stuff about the show. And I'm just like, dude, I don't hate Mark Henry, but what a wild fucking take. Okay? So we're going to play the video.
Yep.
Nobody expected Pat McAfee to be the one telling Randy take over. A lot of the hardcore old school wrestling guys, they keep saying stuff like, I used to watch back in the Attitude Era. I used to watch when guys looked like they would just beat you up just for looking at them. The days of big, burly, middle-aged men wrestling is over. That's why our business is soft now. That's what Pat McAfee's saying. I want to bring back that part of wrestling, the toughness, the aggressiveness. We're a little too PG. That's what Pat McAfee's saying. He wants to help change it. I want change. I love the fact that there's somebody else that wants change. And sometimes in order to have change, you got to ruffle a few feathers. And so far, it looked like everybody's feathers are a little bit ruffled. What Randy Orton and Cody Rhodes are heading towards is going to be Attitude Era-esque. I'm excited. I'm excited for WrestleMania even more than I already was. Nobody.
Mark. Remember, this is the same guy that said Joe Hendry should have been the guy to retire Cena.
Yeah. To me, legit right now, chat. I want people's thoughts on this. We got all the people in the chat right now. I want to know, honestly, what did you guys feel the same way as Mark did? Because when I go back and watch the show, I didn't feel that way whatsoever.
And you know how much of an Attitude Era Mark I am.
Yeah, like Trey's more of an attitude. Well, I'm not saying this. I'm not calling Trey a shill. I'm just saying like Trey's more of a freaking Attitude Era enthusiast. Like he has the Attitude Era to a very, very high standard. I personally think it's kind of mid because not a lot of things held up and a lot of things were not good. But this, for him saying like this is gonna be like Attitude Era-esque. Dude, this is not freaking Austin versus The Rock. This is not going to be
this isn't Triple H Austin 3 Stages of Hell. Okay.
Yeah.
No, this isn't Rock Austin 17. I mean, I'm also a Ruthless shill, and I wouldn't even put this on par with the Ruthless era.
No. Well, what are people calling this era? They're calling this the Ruthless Depression era.
I made fun of people for calling it that for a while. But granted, this segment did not help.
No, it's embarrassing, dude. It's just like, good Lord. Like, again, we couldn't have had someone. We couldn't have someone to like have a better spot. It could have been Arn Anderson. Again, I told this to Trey offline because we were just spitballing the other day. And I said, Trey, what if the person that's talking to Randy is Aleister Black? And I told Trey, here's my reasons why. One, since he's back in WWE, he ain't done shit. So at least this would have given him something to do in a big stage. What? You did an ambulance match. How many matches with Damian Priest? That was like, okay.
Never-ending feud with Priest, yeah. And then he came in as a face, and then they turned him heel out of nowhere.
Yeah, and it's just like, okay, there's that. But anyways, it could have been Aleister Black, because when Aleister Black left WWE in 2021, 2022, something like that, he went to AEW. The first person he feuded with was Cody. And he beat Cody not once, not twice, but 3 times clean in AEW. And the third time, Cody was, for some reason, I don't know why, because it was never explained, but he was teasing retirement that didn't go anywhere on that one. And then Cody came back and got his win and blah, blah, blah. And they stopped the feud, right?
Yeah.
So what better way to try to have the old devil that Randy was when he was not the legend killer, but like he was the psychopath.
The
Randy
Viper.
Orton. Yeah, the Viper, right? What better way to have the devil on your shoulder talking to the serpent, like Aleister Black, telling him, you're better than this. Like, this guy has no respect for anybody. He doesn't respect you. Blah, 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 blah. Where's that old Randy Orton? Where's that vicious Viper? Where's that killer? Where's that killer instinct Randy Orton? Not this freaking high-fiving fans and pointing at signs and happy-go-lucky Randy Orton. What happened to the old what happened to the old Randy Orton? Blah blah blah. Could have been manipulating Randy, doing all that good shit. I think that would have been better because, like I said, at least gives Aleister Black something to do, and he's got ties with Cody, so now he can get like revenge, like Because let's be real, after Cody's feud with Aleister Black's AEW run was god awful, and now I don't blame him because that was more of a Tony Khan problem, but still though, it's like holy shit, dude. Like they didn't do anything with that guy when Cody left. They didn't do anything with him. They stuck him in the freaking tag team, the trios stuff for how many years?
The House of Black.
Yeah. I don't know. I honestly don't know. And I don't know if this WrestleMania is going to be good because I got a feeling everything's going to be retconned.
Maybe not everything. I don't think it'll be as because Oba beating Brock, I don't see that being retconned because I can see Oba winning King of the Ring because of that.
Yeah.
I don't think Roman and Punk I don't see getting retconned. Jane and Rhea will get retconned. It should probably be retconned if we're big on.
Yeah. Well, you know what? Speaking about Attitude Era, I think this is relevant to the convo right here. So we're going to go off to a next segment right here. Let's talk about someone who takes credit for, since Pat McAfee mentioned the Attitude Era last night. Let's talk about the guy who takes credit for all of it. Let's talk about Vince Russo for a minute.
Good old Vinny Roo.
Good old Vinny Roo. Okay. So we covered last week's edition of the Pin Down Podcast on Saturday, which, by the way, if you want to, it's in the archives. Go back and watch it if you'd like. We covered this last week. Jonathan Coachman tweeted out to Tony Khan, asked him to come on to his show with Vince Russo to have a discussion about wrestling, blah, blah, blah. Tony was sucking freaking Russo's ass and everything in between. Like, I like Vince and everything in between, and I watch JCW. It's great, blah, blah, blah. Just it's a total suck fest remark. And of course, which had me kind of laughing because Russo's asked for a job before at AEW, and Tony ignored him. But now, Vinny Roo goes on Twitter the next following couple of days and makes a tweet out. And this tweet, to me, if it doesn't show people already what kind of a fucking desperate fucker that Vince Russo is and always begging for a fucking job, should show people this guy is a fucking hack that no one wants to work with. And of course, he thinks his ideas are so great. He thinks his ideas are revolutionary.
How many times we brought this up? He arguably almost killed. Granted, that was more Dixie Carter too, but the TNA thing.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, let's not forget I like the Main Event Mafia. It wasn't perfect, but I did like the Mafia, and he fucked that up. He fucked everything up. Everything Vince Russo touches, he fucking destroys.
Oh, Vince Russo was the one that gave Abyss the Hogan ring from another company that gave him like powers whenever he.
Honestly, Trey, I don't know who that was. I still can't get a pinpoint point the finger at that one because I still don't know. Like I've not heard Bischoff talk about that, and Hogan's not around to talk about it no more. He's gone. So I honestly think that's more of a Hogan thing because Hogan always likes that stupid cartoon bullshit wrestling. Let's just be real, because like when he went to WCW, what was the first feud besides Ric Flair they did? The Dungeon of Doom. Everyone was a gimmick. You had the Zodiac Killer. You had Kevin Sullivan. You had Kamala show up. You had John Tenta, Earthquake, show up as the Shark. The Shark out of all fucking things. You know what I mean?
So it's very talk about it.
Cartoon.
Look what happened when Vince Russo left in '99 in WWE. Notice it got better.
Yeah.
And the next year was arguably their best year. And then what was Vince Russo doing in good old 2000?
Making himself the world champion in WCW and freaking turning Mike Austin to a guy who's supposed to be a killer.
David Arquette.
Chick lover. Yeah.
David
Arquette was the world champion. The Millionaires Club was his best idea.
Turned Goldberg heel and killed his momentum.
Yep. If the streak didn't kill Goldberg's career, that definitely killed his WCW career. Good.
Because he didn't even get a title out of it.
Yep, nothing. But Russo became champion because his argument was, well, I was the most over guy in the company, bro. Gee, Vince, I wonder why.
I guess good things Russo did in 2000. I guess what, give Booker the title, and
That's
then maybe
he still fucked over the company in the process because the company was already dog shit as it was, but he didn't help matters at all because look what he did.
Steiner gave title to Steiner for a bit, but that's it.
He fucking told Jarrett to lay down for Hogan.
Yeah,
that was his big idea. And then,
which guys, we will do a watch through at some point.
Yeah,
on Bash at the Beach.
Yeah, we might do it. I think the anniversary is in June or July. But anyways, yeah, we'll probably do like a live reaction to it and maybe do it in the Discord. So if you would like to join us for that, join the Discord. It's free. Hang out with us. Talk to us.
Yeah.
All that good shit. Anyway, Trey, do you want to read this god awful, abysmal, fucking all cap?
Right, let's read Vinny Roo. Tony Khan. I got it confirmed, bro, on a good word that you really do enjoy JCW lunacy. Oh my god.
Pause. You know that he said this because he said in the fucking tweet last couple of days ago.
Yeah, you fucking Mark. That is such a
fucker. Okay, continue.
I hate him too. Wow, that's cool, bro, and much appreciated. Give me a follow back, bro. Let's talk some creative. Yeah, Vinny Roo, I want to hear your fucking creative. Let's do something that will blow the WWE into a man.
Yeah.
Okay. Let me finish this. You've heard about me over the years, bro, but you've never had the opportunity to get to know me. Let's give them something to talk about, bro. Bro. Yeah, bro.
Bro. Okay.
We're blowing a WWE oblivion, bro. Like, oh my god.
Here's the thing. I find this tweet hilarious to me because, like, I crashed out on the Discord because I posted this shit because I went off that morning when it happened. Okay. This is hilarious to me. The guy tells you to retweet the tweet, right, guys? You see right there?
Yeah.
Hashtag RT retweet. What did old Vinny Roo do? You look at that.
You can't even retweet it.
You can't retweet it. You can't reply to it. Now I'm not signed into the pinned down Twitter right now, so this is like just the default Twitter handle, right? But as God is my witness, you go and click on this tweet. Go to Vince Russo's timeline, or go to the pinned down server in general from a few days ago. Click on the tweet and try to go see if you can like the tweet or anything like that. You can't do none of it. You can't do any of it.
What a fucking hack, man. I hate this motherfucker.
Yeah. Like it's hilarious to me, dude.
How many companies he's killed?
Yep.
He almost killed TNA. I mean, I know you could argue it was also Dixie Carter's stupidity, right? With that whole fiasco with Spike TV, but God, he was part of it.
Well, yeah, because Dixie knew that. Well, a lot of people don't know this, but Russo got Jeff Jarrett sent home. The whole freaking shit happened with Karen Angle. Even though that they were Kurt Angle and Karen were separated and about to go to divorce, she sent him home because Vince Russo said, and I quote, "It's not right that he was seeing her while he was still married and all that shit." Vince Russo purposely got Jeff Jarrett, the founder of TNA, one of the executives and one of the guys on the creative, and got him pushed away. And what happened? He became the head booker. And look where that dog shit happened, because it only lasted for a good 2 months, and Hogan and Bischoff came in the following January.
Yeah. And the fact, like, what he's doing with JCW, I mean, we're gonna do ice storylines because that's what wrestling fans want to watch is ice storylines. So what, you're gonna have an ice 6-man tag, like some Hispanic guys against 3 ice agents in a match?
Probably.
Really?
And they're going to be all luchadors in the mask, and they're going to expose them. So look what they did, bro. They took the mask off, and they ruined the heritage. That's what ice does, bro. All that dumb dog shit. Like right here, I got it on my phone right here, so I can't show my phone, obviously. But right here, you go to the replies. One guy said, of course, he's a Yankee fucker, so New York Yankee fan. So, of course, they're all fucking pieces of dog shit. Which, by the way, fuck the Yankees, by the way. It's baseball season, so fuck them. All right. Aaron, Bill's diehard fan. Would you ever come into AEW to help behind the scenes? Vince Russo replied, "Not gonna lie, my heart is with the great men and women at JCW Lunacy, but I would be open to some type of collaboration between AEW or Ring of Honor or JCW, bro." Motherfucker.
You fucking Mark. Oh, God.
Motherfucker. Here's the guy that tells everyone, so here's my question, okay, guys? Honestly, this is my honest question. If your heart is set on being with JCW, why are you making a tweet and actively trying to get a job with Tony and AEW?
Yep, and Ring of Honor.
Yeah. Why are you trying to get a job with Tony's company? When you even, because this is God's honest truth, Russo has invested money in JCW. So of course he says, I'm not going to leave. I'm a hot heel with them. Yeah, I guess not, because you invested money. But again, on the other hand, why are you making tweets asking for a job then? Does that make any sense to anybody else?
Yeah. His tweets read like a job application.
Yeah. And this guy is constantly begging for work. This motherfucker's so useless, he can't even get score a job at McDonald's. Be a fucking door greeter. My God, man. This dude is a fucking hack. I've said before, and I've said it multiple times, and people talk to me behind the scenes and talk to me on here and everything in between. Russo's best expertise is producing people for segments for backstage. Everything else, don't let him touch nothing. Don't even let him breathe on wrestlers.
Vince had him on, as I call it, a target leash.
Yep.
And let's be honest, what was WWE's best year in the Attitude Era? 2000, when Vinny Rue was gone.
Yep.
Because I even say, because I watched 99 all the way through. I think 99 gets better once Vinny Rue leaves in October.
Oh, dude, in June. When was that pay-per-view? It was King of the Ring. It was the McMahons versus Austin, that ladder match.
Yeah, the ladder match where they raised the fucking briefcase, and we never got a reveal for that. We never found out.
And it was supposed to be the control of the company, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. No payoff on that one.
No payoff.
The big payoff for the higher power was Vince McMahon.
11 title changes that year?
Yeah, 11 title changes that year. Then Vince's big claim to fame was talking about how he made Kane, the Undertaker's match, great at WrestleMania 14. Which, by the way, this is the same motherfucker not even 2 weeks ago complaining that Obafemi touched Brock Lesnar and powerbombed him. They can have a statement.
You try to compare it to like Andre and Hogan.
Yeah. And this motherfucker is over here complaining about that dog shit. But how many weeks did he have Kane choke slamming the Undertaker through a table and then tell everyone, well, that's a different story, bro. That's not the same.
What about the fact he had two heels in Undertaker and Boss Man have a Hell in a Cell match for nothing?
Yep. And that was his big idea. I got an idea. Let's have someone get hung in the middle of the ring. Wow.
Yeah.
That really worked out for
not
him.
even to close the show.
No. Again, this is Vince Russo. He's a hack. He's a sack of shit. He smells like a sack of shit. All that money he's fucking got.
I mean, we brought it up earlier. What he did with WCW, what he was doing in 2000, everything on a pole matches, David Arquette.
Yeah.
Hogan was borderline done with the company.
Hogan went on there and said that's why the company's in the bullshit way it is, because of bullshit like this, because Russo's shitty booking, because he can't book. He's terrible. He tells everyone, well, I'm not a booker, I'm a writer. Dude, listen here, motherfucker. You had the same problem with Kevin Dunn. You motherfuckers think that you're going to get Emmys and Tonys and all that fucking shit, rewards for being like good writers and good producers and TV directors. You're not going to fucking do it. You're a part of professional wrestling. It's a different form of entertainment.
This is a good one. What about when he killed not the X division, but the Cruiserweight division, which was the one thing that actually set them apart from WWE at the time?
Yeah.
I know people he tries to blame that on Bischoff, but.
Well, how was it Bischoff when Bischoff got sent home when he became the head writer? And then Bischoff came back and Russo got sent home because he made the company lose $10 million.
And Bischoff was a fan of the Lucha stuff. He's talked about, like, he liked the Cruiserweight stuff.
Yeah.
So
that's what made WCW stand out.
That was you, Russo.
Yeah,
you're the one who didn't like luchadors because, they couldn't speak English, bro.
Yeah, and it's the same guy who had Jim Ross, arguably the greatest color commentator of all time in any genre. Whatever the case may be, whatever area you were in. Some people say Gordon Solie, some people say Jim Ross, some people say Lance Russell from Memphis and all that good stuff. which I like all those guys. I ain't got a problem with
Heenan.
anyone.
I've heard Heenan.
Well, I think Keenan, that's a different. He's more of a color. Like, I meant to say Keenan's a color guy. Ross and all those guys, they were play-by-play.
Play-by-play, yeah.
That's what I meant to say. So that's on me. But again, this is the same guy who told people, and I quote, "Let's get him off TV because he's got cerebral palsy and he looks weird, and we don't want him to freak out the fans.
And then,
plus, he has a Southern accent, so let's just move him off TV and replace him with Michael Cole."
I remember that. Yeah, I remember that period.
And grant you, this is the same motherfucker. The first year in WCW, the first few months was his big idea. He did Oklahoma with Ed Ferrara, and they made fun of Jim Ross on national TV about his Bell palsy.
Yep.
And this is the same guy not even a couple months ago. He was on Maven's show, being all nice and all, being on his best behavior. He's like, "I don't hate Jim Cornette, bro. I don't hate Cornette. He hates me. I don't hate Jim." Yada, yada, yada. The next following day, he starts talking shit about Jim Cornette. The dude is a fake. He's a no-good bum. He looks like a homeless fucker from New York. He's got the biggest unibrow, bigger than Anthony Davis. Motherfucker, you make all this type of money you claim to have. Buy yourself a fucking razor. Shave that unibrow shit and get a fucking haircut and a shave. You look ridiculous, motherfucker. Fuck you, Vince Russo.
Yeah, you destroyed the credibility of WCW. I know it was the merger that truly killed them, but let's be honest.
Again, Russo didn't kill the company. He didn't help matters at all, but he didn't kill it. That was a whole different story. But his creator did not help the company stay afloat. How do you lose $10 million in 4 months?
Yeah.
Seriously, how do you
Mike
lose $10 million
Awesome
in 4 months?
What about Mike Awesome? What they did with him? 2 bad gimmicks.
Yep.
Fat Chick Thriller, and what was the other one? The 70s gimmick he had?
The 70s guy. The 70s
guy.
Because guess what, guys? The 70s show was a big hit with freaking Eric Foreman and Red Foreman and all them people. Yeah, that was a big hit for Fox. It's like, I got an idea. Automatically 70s guy. And you know what else, too? I need a Partridge Family van bus.
And let's make him a guy who wants to fuck fat chicks. Because, Mike Awesome, who was having even like when WWE brought him back for one night stand, you saw that match he had with that guy?
Yep. Masao Tanaka? Yeah.
Yeah, Tanaka, yeah.
Yeah.
And then it's like, what does Vince Russo have him do? Let's make him a fat chick fucker. And a 70s gimmick that's just based off a TV show.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Genius booking, Vinny. Genius.
Fuck you, Russo. Stay off my fucking TV.
Yeah. And never speak on modern WWE again, you fucking fuck.
God. Anyway. Speaking about AEW, there was a big return that happened over the Wednesday.
Hi, guys.
We have Chris Jericho making a return, which, by the way, I think this is a perfect segue. Trey, cover your ears.
I look and see it's not just me. So many others have stood where I stand. We are the young, so raise your hand. They call us problem child. We spent our lives on trial. We walk an endless mile. We are the youth gone wild. We stand and we won't fall. We're one and one for all. The writing's on the wall. We are the youth gone wild. Living it wild. Yo!
That's right, ladies and gentlemen. That Chris Jericho made return to AEW on Wednesday.
Yeah. The same sickos that were all like, oh, WWE, you could have him. They're all sucking his dick now. They're all happy he's back.
Yeah, dude, they're sucking his dick backwards. Like before, we don't want him. Now that he's back, yay, Jericho's back for us. It's like, you fucking pieces of dog shit, man.
You piece of shit, man. I remember those tweets back in December where the rumors were really circulating about Jericho returning.
Yep.
Yeah, they were all, oh, you could have him. He's he's washed.
Yep. Oh, God. Okay. Speaking about another delusional fucking individual, but by the way, Dave Meltzer, we forgot to cover about that. By the way, talking about Dave, there was never a WrestleMania in Cleveland. So I want to point that out there.
Yeah, Dave, there's no WrestleMania in Cleveland, brother.
I don't know what show he was talking about. I did look.
Was he talking about a SummerSlam? Because there was a SummerSlam in
I
Cleveland.
think he was talking about SummerSlam because that was a brand new arena. WWE couldn't fill the building. They had people that paid, but they also gave out free comps, which is free tickets that I'm aware of. Because I could have swore that, don't hold me to this chat, because like I said, I didn't look into my research. I just went off the top of my head. I'm like, I think he's talking about 96 SummerSlam, which featured Shawn Michaels and Vader and like Mankind and The Undertaker in that Boiler Room Brawl, which was, God. Anyway, I think he was referring to that. But it was not WrestleMania. It was SummerSlam. If I am correct, I could be wrong, but I swear.
Bravo, Dave.
I could have heard Bruce Pritchard from his own podcast when he covered 1996 SummerSlam with Conrad. He clearly said we gave out free comps because we couldn't fill the arena.
Backlash in Tokyo Dome, anybody?
Yeah, for real. So on that note, let's go ahead and let's go and see what old Meltzer has to say. Trey, you want to read it for the chat?
Yeah. Dave Meltzer on Jericho's AEW return. From the WWE standpoint, and I don't know what they told him. I know I was told they wanted him for a retirement tour, and maybe that's not what he wanted, but I don't know. With AEW, perhaps he was going to get more longevity. There's a lot of advantages for AEW, and there's no advantages in AEW for Jericho. I'm just going to tell you that, Dave. And there's always money. He may have been offered money in AEW. His money situation is probably great. I would think he made a lot of money in these years in AEW. I think that at this point, especially at the age he's at, he's going to want to do what's creatively fulfilling and fun. AEW having a little bit of risk in the sense of he'll probably have more input into what he's going to do in AEW than he would in WWE.
Pause.
Yeah.
Pause 1 second, Trey. Hold on. Jericho has always had creative control in AEW. That's why that's why he fucking worked with Orange Cassidy and people like that didn't go fucking nowhere. Sorry. Yeah. Go ahead. Sorry, Trey. I didn't mean to cut you off.
It's just Dave being retarded.
Yeah.
Creative freedom is part of the deal. What each side's plans are is part of the deal. There's a lot of other factors involved. I think there's less risk in WWE in the sense of that the crowd is not going to be as difficult for him in WWE. This was his decision. His decision was AEW. And I'm sure that he considered any one of these points and many other points when making his decision. Here's the thing, Dave. I was the one on this channel when the whole Jericho rumors were swirling. I didn't want him back. I made it kind of clear I didn't want Jericho back. He looks better now. Good for him.
Yeah.
But he's washed. I think he's washed. He can't really talk anymore. He doesn't have it anymore. I didn't need him back in WWE. We were struggling on what he could be doing in WWE, to be honest.
Yeah, and the best thing we came up with, what was it? It was
Logan Paul.
Logan Paul, Dom Mysterio, LA Knight. I think we said Gunther at one point too, I believe.
Yeah, Gunther. Yeah.
And that was pretty much it. Now, some people were championing him and CM Punk having their feud. No, nobody wants to win.
CM Punk is so above Jericho at this point. I know. No.
Yeah.
This isn't even Jericho from like 2017.
Well, you got Dave over here saying, like, there was talks. Okay. Were there talks? Possibly. Was it ever reported on? No. So for us, this is speculation. Yeah. This is even coming from speculation from Dave. Like I said, no one reported that they were actually talking. We all assumed, okay, because there was a little bit of some hints. Like, remember when Danhausen showed up? Like, you made the list. He's on the list, and then Punk said that, you're on. You just made my list, and like little things like that. And
Adam Pearce said, "Break the walls down."
Yeah, and then friggin' Michael Cole said Chris Jericho one time mentioned him in a match. I can't remember what match it was, but he definitely mentioned Chris Jericho. So I think maybe there was probably some talks. Maybe the best idea they had for him was like, hey, we want you to have a retirement tour. We want you to have a retirement tour with Gunther. Yada, 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 right? Here's my thing. We haven't seen Jericho wrestle in over a year. Legit, he's been gone since last March or April.
Yeah, it's been a year.
Yeah, so it's definitely been over a year. Totally different guy. Maybe he can actually have a better match now because he lost all the weight, because he was looking god awful.
He was looking bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So maybe he lost all the weight. Maybe he still got some magic left in his boots to do something with somebody. Who that person is in AEW, I don't know at all. Like, what's their names? Big Cass and freaking Brian, what's his name? The Outlaw, freaking Timu Django. What's his name?
That's kind of done, isn't it?
Yeah, like they're not like they're not called the Learning Tree no more. Like, they're called some like Big Brute Enforcement or something like that. It's something like really fucking stupid. They're on Collision that no one fucking watches, so no one knows what they're doing. Okay,
they're probably not even going to go back to it. Jericho's just going to do other things.
Yeah,
probably.
But the problem is, will Jericho try to?
And it seems like he's a babyface, right? At least the way he came back. Anyway,
but here's the thing, though: is he going to do what he did before? Is he going to leech on to somebody and like build him around, like build him around him?
Who?
That's what I'm saying. I don't know.
Swerve?
Like, I don't know. Like, that's my question.
I'm gonna be honest. Would him and Swerve even be good?
I think
he's the only kind of heel I can think of outside of MJF. That's the obvious one.
Yeah, I don't want that again. I think if Swerve, if they're having to have a match, Swerve would probably do the majority of the work.
Yeah,
probably.
What other heels do they have? Because if Jericho's gonna be a babyface,
I don't know. No one knows how many heels they got because everyone just blends in together. You got Mox.
Yeah, Mox. Yeah, Mox. I guess he's heel again because he's beating up Ospreay.
Yeah. Which, by the way, I don't know if you saw that clip go online, Trey. I can't find it because it was a couple days ago. When Jericho came out of the ring, was hugging fans in Winnipeg, like hugging people in the crowd. John Moxley, my hand to God, I am not making this up. Moxley, Jericho was walking away. All of a sudden, the camera panned backstage. John Moxley threw himself into a
yeah, I think I saw that. Yeah.
Yeah. And everyone's like,
awful.
Yeah, and everyone's like, I had that same reaction when I saw Chris Jericho. I would put myself through barrels of
dude. Mox he's definitively the worst member in the Shield, right?
Oh, he's definitely the stupidest. Like, I'm not gonna lie, he's definitely the
dumbest. There's no way. There was a point he was on par with Rollins. I would say he wasn't Roman,
the guy, dude.
Yeah, we thought he was gonna be the guy, not the tribal chief Roman.
Nope. Not even Seth.
Even Seth has eclipsed Ambrose, in my opinion.
Yep. Hell, Kurt Angle's vest has freaking surpassed Dean Ambrose.
Yeah. Yeah. You know what's sad? Ambrose is the only guy that has whined about working with Brock Lesnar.
Yep.
Because nobody else has.
Well, I mean, Seth, he's bitched about it because he's like, well, Brock's an asshole. I'm like, well, yeah.
Yeah, but outside of that, but he never like complained about having to work with them in a match.
Yeah.
Type of thing.
Right.
Roman worked with him how many times?
Too many times. You want my honest opinion about that one. That was
Undertaker's never complained about working with Brock.
No.
Like
well, you know what, Trey? You just did something for me. You just got me a good segue. You want to see someone chat who else is complaining and will not shut the fuck up, is always constantly crying and all the time?
Goldberg.
Yeah, let's talk about it. In the words of Trick Williams, let's talk about it. Okay. Let's talk about old William the Goldberg bitch. All right.
What you want to talk about?
What you want to talk about? This is at a meetup or a signing or whatever the fuck, right? Bro agreed Triple H is a jackass. And he's also said fuck Bret Hart on 3. So here's the clip. We're going to play it because he's still complaining about the fucking Saturday Night Main Event. And we'll talk about it in a minute. Which, by the way, this is kind of cringe from this guy wearing the meta glasses. And like,
yeah,
let me get some clicks. It's like, it's all fucking, never mind. Anyway, I'm just going to play it.
Good. How are you, man?
Good, man.
Hey, you know what really pissed me off?
What's that?
Was when WWE cut off your mic at your final performance.
Well, what do you think it did for me? It made me really happy.
Yeah, what
just shows what disrespect they have.
Yeah. What jackass was it? Hunter? Who did that?
Probably.
Yeah, he's a jackass, man.
100%.
Yeah. All right, man. Let's do it right here. Man, fuck Bret Hart on 3. 1, 2, 3. All right, Goldberg. Love you, bro. Thank you, man. Hey, you're a legend. You're a legend, bro. For sure. Stay up, man. Don't worry about Triple H.
I ain't worried about nothing.
Come on now.
If they're still,
Yeah,
they're
fact.
still doing it.
Yeah. Yeah.
We'll respect it.
Facts. Hunter ain't shit. Bro, that's gonna go mainstream. Good. How are you, man?
What nerds? Before I go in on Brett or Goldberg, what nerds?
Yeah,
really
what
quick. What fucking dorks? Jesus.
Yeah, dude. But here's another thing that has me cracking up. Let's go back real quick. Chat, if I got some sports people in the chat for me, help me out here. What was this guy's name? Right there, the big baller. His son's playing the NBA right now. His son's playing the NBA. He showed up on Monday Night Raw a few years back, and he called The Miz the N-word on live TV.
Oh, yeah. LeVar Ball?
Yes.
Is that what it is? LeVar Ball? Something like that, yeah.
It's 2026. Why the fuck are you still wearing this fucking shirt, you mark? What a fucking virgin. Holy shit.
What dorks? Yeah, fuck Triple H, man. Yeah. Wait.
Yeah, he's like, I like how Goldberg's like, 100%. And there's a clip that I found today of Goldberg talking to Chris Van Vliet saying, Hunter's done a great job. He's done, he took the reins from Vince and he's done a great job, and I'm proud of him. So we get that Goldberg to this Goldberg. I've said before, and I'll say it again. Bret Hart is the realest motherfucker for calling this guy out because he is the biggest two-faced, whiniest bitch I've ever met.
Even Triple H called him out back in the day, called him bald fraud. Well, he was right.
Yeah. It was, I think Trey had, Levon Bell, Le'Veon Bell.
Ball.
Ball, someone, whatever the fuck it was, right? So there's that. Again, Bill, you wasn't a good promo. And I'm sorry you didn't get your wonderful.
That was NBC, motherfucker.
Yeah, they were still on NBC. They probably went over time. Grant you, I think they could have done something.
At best, Goldberg, here's the truth. Had you done this match maybe a couple of months later, if you did it, like, let's say November, because by that point, I think that's when Saturday Night's Main Events were exclusively on Peacock.
Yeah, well, look at December for Cena. They went over time. They didn't have to worry about it because they were, they had their time set.
Granted, according to Goldberg, he'll just say it's because it's John Cena. They hate me because WCW. He's still on that shit. By the way, chat. He thinks it's like Triple H hates him because WCW. No, Triple H hates you because if you watch, the Tough Enough clip, he basically explains why he didn't like you. Yeah, very well.
Yep. Like. Keep on bantering, Trey. I'm gonna try to pull up a clip real quick.
Like, it's just insane to me with Goldberg. Look how much they gave him on his return run since 2016. Beat Brock Lesnar in like how many seconds? 16, something like that.
Something like that, yeah.
He won multiple Universal Championships, and I'm not going to be the one who complains, oh, he buried The Fiend or he buried Kevin Owens. I actually agree with both decisions, but you're going to cry. Even his initial run, he beat The Rock in his first match.
Yeah.
Like, you basically, majority of his feud with Triple H, he made Triple H look like a bitch. Triple H always either needed a cheat.
Well, look, when he came back, when he made his WWE debut, was it perfect? God, no. But he came back, he wrestled against The Rock. He beat The Rock from him going back to Hollywood, doing his Walking Tall movie, right? You beat The Rock.
Yeah.
You go in there and become the world champion. And I've always said this, and I'll stick to it. Goldberg should have won the Chamber in SummerSlam 2003 because he was too dominant to be stopped, and he never should have lost. It was a stupid bullshit call. I always will say that because they did it because, he was born in Oklahoma, so we're going to do a pay-per-view at Unforgiven the next following month that no one really gave a shit about. I'm sorry. But he should have won. He should have won that one, right? At SummerSlam. He does that. He loses the belt to Triple H in that triple threat match to Kane.
He didn't get pinned, by the way.
Yeah, he still was booked kind of strong because Kane choked him to the table, took him out of the equation.
And then Triple H stole the pin.
Yeah, and which, by the way, we bitched about that too because Bruce Pritchard said that on his podcast. He said Goldberg came backstage, started punching stuff and breaking stuff. And
even though the win, he he didn't get pinned because I think Triple H pinned Kane, right?
They still, he pinned Kane. They still protected him. They still protected the guy. He didn't take the pinfall, but
and he also went over on Brock.
Yeah, well, that's the hilarious part. They went up to him, Kane and allegedly Kane and Triple H went up to him and said, "Do we have a problem?" And they said that he looked at Triple H and looked at Kane and said, "No, we don't have a problem." Shook their hand, went to the locker room, changed, left the building. Goldberg's a fake tough guy.
Yeah, it screamed he was mad he lost the title, even though you were on your way out. You even said you're on your way out at the time.
Yeah.
Because I have no doubts if he had stayed, Vince would have probably kept him champion until Mania.
Yeah. And he knew, and plus two, Brock Lesnar versus Goldberg, that was a big money match at the time. But both guys were leaving, and the fans in New York City didn't give a fuck about it. The only person that cared about in that match was Austin, because he was a special guest ref. And that match was the way it is. It's not a terrible match, but it's not like
I don't think it's the worst match ever as a match.
Yeah. But this is the same Goldberg right here in this clip right here. It cracks me up, dude. This is back when he came back and became champion for the Universal Championship and he beat Kevin Owens. He's going to WrestleMania. Look at this shit. Yeah. So here's a guy hugging him and shit and like sucking him off here when he was a nobody. And now he's blaming the guys like, well, it's his fault that I didn't do my speech. Bill, again, I'm sorry you didn't do your fucking speech.
WWE gave him everything, dude. How many Universal title runs?
2?
At least 2, right? He beat Brock Lesnar in like 10 seconds.
Yeah, he came back and beat Kevin Owens at Fastlane pay-per-view. Then he went and did that, lost the belt to Brock. Then the next couple of years, he came back and beat The Fiend in Saudi Arabia. Then it was going to be Roman and him at WrestleMania. Then the coup happened in 2020. Then he dropped the belt to Braun Breaker, or Braun Strowman, excuse me, that sack of shit.
Yeah.
Lost it, went away, came back a couple years, Came back a couple years later and did that. With McIntyre for the title.
Did the thing with McIntyre, and then he came back to do the whole retirement thing.
Yeah. And we also forgot, too, he had that match against The Undertaker in Saudi Arabia, which I think
one of the worst matches
of all time.
It's tied with that and the
tag match with DX.
Yeah, the tag match with DX.
Yeah.
Goldberg gave himself a concussion pre-match by hitting his head on the door.
Yep. Plus, Goldberg came back that SummerSlam and wrestled against Dolph Ziggler to get his mojo back because that match was so abysmal.
He had to build up his mojo back. Yeah. How many times? He's the one guy at that, especially 2016, Brock was like coming off just beating the streak where he was super dominant.
Yeah.
And he beat Brock in like 2 seconds.
Yeah. And again, the guy came back, had a retirement match. Gunther, who carried that match,
gave Goldberg probably his best match ever.
Which, by the way, I have something to confess. I've still not watched that match because I really don't give a fuck about watching a Bill Goldberg match. But I will say that was probably one of his best matches he ever had because the best matches I ever think that Bill Goldberg ever had was his matches against DDP at Halloween Havoc 1998.
I didn't mind the Brock one at, was it 30? It
was Orlando.
33. 33. Yeah, it was at 33. That wasn't a bad match.
Yeah, that was a good match, but DDP, but here's the thing though, Trey. When he wrestled against DDP, he went like 15, 20 minutes and working with DDP. And we all know how Goldberg was wrestling at the time. He was not doing that shit.
Triple H tried to carry Goldberg to good one-on-one matches. And
yeah. But we have that one. And then we have another person that I think it's kind of funny that he thinks now he's like the wrestling police for people. Let's talk about Peter Rosenberg.
Good old Pete Rosenberg.
My God. This guy has really stepped into it this time. And we'll play the video. But here is the clip that's going around, and here's the tweet. Right here, it says, "This is why I tell whoever I can and involve, and even on the main roster, don't bother with these dives. They're all risk, no reward. If you successfully hit a suicide dive in 2026, no one cares. But if you mess it up, you can truly harm yourself. Don't do it." So we're going to play the clip because this is fan footage, so we're not going to get hit for it. Right here.
Oh.
she gets crunched up like a accordion. She goes head first to the floor.
Yeah.
Okay. Now here's him saying that stuff like, this is why I tell people don't do this and don't do that. Like, I don't know who Peter Rosenberg really thinks he is. He's like us, ladies and gentlemen. He's a mark. Grant you, he's got more access and he's closer to the show and he's closer up close to the product than we are. But still, though, why the fuck is a wrestler going to listen to a mark, who a guy who's never taken a bump? And that's what he tells people here. In the tweet, let me find it right here. Oh, I can't find it. Shit. Anyways, he basically said, I'm not a wrestler. I just tell people I care about not to do this move. I'll do dives, right? So he goes there, and then he does this number. He goes on Twitter, makes a whole video, and apparently Chris Hero, Cassius Ohno, that I know him from Chris Hero, but anyway, Chris Hero made a tweet and was very sarcastic, pretty much saying, who the fuck are you? You're a nobody, blah, 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 right? Yeah. So this is his reply back to that. Now, this gets pretty cringe. This is 2 minutes long, ladies and gentlemen, so just get ready, okay? Just get ready.
I am not a pro wrestler. I have never for a second claimed, perpetrated, or talked about the business in a way that implies that I have been a worker or taken bumps in my life. I don't go walking around giving CM Punk advice. But if I was talking to a younger wrestler, maybe who I've been friendly with for a long time, I'd be like, why do they bother with the dive? I didn't say it in some sort of matter-of-fact wrestling lingo. I'm speaking as someone who watches. I watch the product from up close. And I think that it's stupid. It's 2026, and we see 8 of them a night, and it seems like 2 of them, people clip their feet on the ropes and fall straight down like a ton of bricks. I'm sorry, Internet, that I expressed as someone who's close to a lot of people who work that I think this move, the juice isn't worth the squeeze. That is not me pretending to be some veteran or some coach or someone who's taken bumps. We at least have to be able to give an opinion without being crushed because I haven't had 5,000 matches. And furthermore, to the Chris Heroes of the world who completely mocked me when Chris, don't be that way. You have my phone number. If you're going to put up an entire text mocking me, send me a message. Or by the way, how about this? Chris, could we have a dialogue back and forth? Could you engage in a conversation? Or you just want to act like a smartass on Twitter when you really were too soft to just text my phone or call me? But what I said this week came from nothing but positive energy towards the people that I work with and wanting their physical well-being. And you mouth-breathing internet dorks have to seize on me because you're jealous. Stop it. Stop it. I am not going to stop using my voice to express my opinions, particularly when it's about the health and safety of the performers that I care about so much. And I have to get shouted down because my tone was a little bit too confident. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I saw a great wrestler nearly hurt herself, and it concerned me.
Here's the thing. I somewhat agree with him because when you got Megan Bain doing dives in AEW, right? That's retarded. She's supposed to be like your female Brock Lesnar. Why is she diving? But here's the thing. But then you say you're jealous of me. That's when you lose me.
Yeah. Like, not one time I've ever said, wow, gee, man. I wish I too was Peter Rosenberg, who was about Megan 4. Balding and as fuck. But yes, I'm very jealous of you, Peter Rosenberg. No. And I'm just taking that term too. Mouth-breathing fans. Give me a fucking break, Four Eyes. Give me a break. No one's jealous of you. People called you out because they told you to shut the fuck up. Even wrestlers told them to shut the fuck up, which is true in the replies. And like I said, yeah, you can have an opinion. Well, you did come off that way, like you knew what the fuck you were talking about.
Yeah, you knew what you're talking about, and then you can have an opinion. Then people can have an opinion on your opinion. That's how it works.
And you are getting so emotional, like you would like seriously, he's more fired up than the fat guy at a buffet at Golden Corral. Like he's all fired up. All right. So I don't get
mouth breathing.
Yeah, mouth breathing fans, you're jealous of me. Peter, I don't think anyone's jealous of you, buddy. I know I can speak for myself. I'm not jealous of you.
No, I'm not jealous of you, Peter Rosenberg. You fuck.
What's up with these people with Berg in their names? Why are they so fucking retarded? First it's Goldberg and then it's Peter Rosenberg. What the fuck's up with this shit? I swear, man. I can't wait till Jesse Eisenberg says something fucking retarded. This is just retarded, dude. God almighty. But anyways, we got one more story to cover, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to get out of here. Now, this person, I can see why that she's fallen off the good graces of the company and everything between. We talked about Triple H earlier, but said, he didn't like Goldberg because he's a guy who showed up like every 2 weeks and had I have a hangnail, all that good shit, right? Can't show up a guy who changed creative. Let's talk about Tiffany Stratton. Because this whole video going on over the weekend had me just so this is why that you got pushed down the card. You want to read that tray right there for the chat?
Yeah. Tiffany Stratton on leaving the WWE at age 30 to pursue the dream of Hollywood and acting in movies. I think by the age of 30, I kind of want to be breaking into Hollywood. My main focus is wrestling. However, I do want to branch out into doing movies and red carpets. Why would you say this on the road to WrestleMania?
Yeah. So I'm going to play it real quick because this is hilarious to me.
Quick one for Tiff. Do you have Hollywood aspirations?
I do. Of course
Yeah.
I do.
Yeah.
I think by the age of 30, I kind of want to be breaking into Hollywood and do something along those lines at around the age of 30, I feel like.
Yeah. Plenty of time.
That's a solid play.
Recently announced that you have signed with Paradigm Management. Tell me about the process of making that transition or what you plan to do with that new management.
Yeah, so right now my main focus is professional wrestling. However, I definitely do want to branch out into Hollywood, into, doing movies and appearances, red carpets and stuff like that. So I think this is kind of just the start of a future in that realm, and I kind of just want to get my foot in the door as soon as possible.
Wonderful. And then from there, the world's your oyster?
Exactly.
Quick one for Tiff. Do you have Hollywood aspirations?
Okay, so let me get this straight. Okay, let me get this straight. So basically, you're telling everybody that you only sign with the WWE is because you want to get into Hollywood, because you want to use that as a platform and don't really care about the wrestling part, about wrestling and nothing like that. You just want to use WWE as a platform to go to Hollywood.
Yeah.
So you don't care about this business at all. This is my problem with the women. And I don't care if it sounds sexist or whatever, and I might get talked behind backstage and say, yeah, you should have said that's what I'm going to go ahead and say anyways. I'd rather just say the national forgiveness, okay? This is my problem with the women. This is why I can't take them seriously, because how many times have we seen women wrestle in WWE for a couple years, fuck off and leave, and then the complaints like, well, they never invested the time in me. They never invested in me. Well, why the fuck should we if you're going to be leaving and quitting wrestling and going to Hollywood? What's that going to benefit us from you leaving? We're going to put all this time and energy on you and money.
I know this is a man example, but remember The Rock?
Yeah.
He was shocked they let him go in 2005. Like, Rock, you distanced yourself from wrestling at that time.
Yeah, and he's the one that told everyone. There's an interview back in the day that he's with Bret Hart and himself as he is Rocky Maivia on a TV show. The woman asked Bret and said, "You've done the Lonesome Dove TV series, whatever it was." He's like, "Yeah, I wouldn't mind doing some more movies," but he's like, "I love my job. I love wrestling." Okay. The Rock replied and said, "Yeah, I would love to be a big time movie star. That's one of my big dreams." So right there and then, I already kind of figured it out when I was a kid. Like, I'm not just saying this because like, oh, well, you're on here just saying that. The Rock, I think he does love wrestling, but he definitely loves Hollywood more than he loves wrestling.
Yeah. Like Cena did the Hollywood thing, but he still clearly loves it. Even Batista, he actually likes when he gets asked about wrestling by people.
Yeah,
I noticed it in interviews. He actually loves when he gets asked about wrestling stuff.
That's the thing about Cena with me, man. Like, people can say what they want about him, but here's the thing, though: the guy, if his body could hold up, he'd be still wrestling right now. I don't think he'd be doing movies. Yeah, he might do like a movie here and there, but he would still be an active competitor right now.
Same with Batista to an extent.
Yep.
Because I've even noticed it with him. If you've seen interviews with him, he loves when he gets asked about wrestling stuff.
Yeah.
Not like movie stuff. So
yeah. And that's my whole point with her. I've seen her backstage promos. We've seen her backstage stuff. She's not a really good actor. This is the same girl. She's from Minnesota, and she acts like she's from L.A.
Like Rhea rumored. I'll say this real quick. Rhea is rumored to be in Terrifier 4, but she's gonna probably just be in it to get killed, and I don't really think she's gonna act in it like that.
No. But again,
I think she knows she's probably not gonna leave for Hollywood because she knows I'm not that great of an actress.
Yeah, and that's the thing. You can just tell. That's why I said that's why I've had a problem with the women. Everyone's like, "Well, I think you're just." I've had people multiple times tell me, "Well, you're just sexist towards women." I'm like, "No, I'm not sexist towards women because it's business." That's why I have a lot of respect for a Charlotte Flair, for a Becky Lynch, for a Bayley. They genuinely love professional wrestling and rather do wrestling than do movies. Now, grant you, I know they've done movies. Like I've known that freaking Becky was a part of that Starfleet Academy show that got canceled, which, by the way, I heard was dog shit. Yeah. That got canceled. She was supposed to be in that that one Marvel movie with Seth. What was it? Falcon and Winter Soldier? No,
Captain African American.
Yeah, Captain America movie.
Yeah, the Captain.
Yeah. Captain Black Falcon Man. Yeah. That movie, that she got cut from that. And I think she did some other thing too. What was it? She did the Marine when WWE.
Yeah, she did the Marine. Yeah.
Yeah. Which nobody watched those movies. Sorry, but they didn't. But anyway, that was that. And but again, you look, they did their thing, but they always came back. They always came back.
That's what I think Rhea would be. I think she would do movies, but I think she's gonna wrestling's her life. I think.
Yeah, and you can just tell it's the same way with Jade Cargill. I'm not a Jade Cargill hater. I know what she's doing. She's been honest about it for how many years now when she got into it.
She wanted to play Storm for a long time.
Yeah, so I can respect that. At least she came out and said, "Yeah, I want to. I want to eventually go to Hollywood." I can respect that. But you got Tiffany over here telling her, "Well, I always looked up to the Bellas." And that's one thing that's so funny too. The Bellas did the same thing, and they thought they were bigger stars than what they were when they left WWE, and no one gave a fuck what they did. No one cared. They wasn't fucking relevant. They thought like they were Kardashians or some shit. Like, let's just be real, dude. But again, that's why I have a problem with people that always say, "Oh, well, I want to do Hollywood. That's my first priority." Then, as a company, ask yourself, then why are we going to waste our time and resources and TV time and money to make you a star so you can just leave and not give back to the business so you can go be a Hollywood star and not do anything?
Like, she'll probably get bit parts, but I don't think she's ever going to be like. Because, I mean, the truth is, you can be a bad actor, be successful in Hollywood. That's just the truth.
Cool. Yeah. Look at Kevin Bacon. It's worked out for him. I still stand by that. He's a fucking terrible actor. Kevin Bacon's dog shit. Anyway, yeah, it's just like, I don't know. Like I said, that's just my opinion. I have a problem with people who do that shit. They want to be bigger stars than what they are right now. They want to go in there and be a Hollywood star. Like, oh, I can be a Hollywood starlet. I can be an actress, blah, blah, blah. Like I said, I've seen her backstage stuff. She's not a great actor. Her promos are abysmal. And I can see why people are complaining. Like, well, she was in the main event scene last year with Charlotte Flair. Well, I guess so, because of, people now she's saying this dog shit. I can see why she's getting pushed down the cards. It's like, why are we going to invest our time with you if you're just going to leave? So,
yeah.
But for that was our last story of the day. So before we get out of here, Trey, do you have anything to promote until we get out of here?
Our next reviewing of the boys review.
Yeah.
We might be doing a video where we roast some shills. We don't know what day we're filming that yet.
Yeah.
It'll be sometime this week. But we're also next Sunday, we will be reviewing. We're getting back to the Pirates movies.
Well, we're going to be doing that, but this coming Monday.
Yeah, I forgot to mention that.
Maybe, I don't know what time it will be. Maybe 10 o'clock Eastern, 10:30 Eastern. It depends on what happens.
Yeah.
Me and Trey are going to be doing a review for the new Darth Maul animated TV show from Star Wars.
Yes, the mall show. We will be reviewing that. So
It
that's
comes
actually
out
upcoming. We'll be doing
this Monday. It comes out this Monday at 8:00 Eastern. So me and Trey are going to watch the first 2 episodes, and then we'll be going live to give our thoughts and give a review and break it down. And hopefully this will be a successful Star Wars show.
Yeah, give us something, please.
It's good. Hopefully to God, it will be better than Mando and Grogu.
Yeah.
Hopefully. Which I have no hope for that movie at all.
And like I said, Pirates 2, we'll be getting back to that next Sunday.
We'll be going back to the pirate stuff. We're going to finish that up because Trey has never seen the last 2 pirate films.
I have not seen the last 2 now. So we'll be going through all the
pirate movies. So for everyone who's seen all the pirate movies, you know what the last 2 movies were. They were something, all right. They were something. A successful Star Wars show. Nah, it ain't happening. I don't know, Jack. I'll give it a shot. Apparently, Sam
Whitwer.
Yeah, he's the one like pretty much directed and wrote for the show. So hopefully it'll be good. Apparently, Dave had nothing to do with it. Well, I believe when I see it. That's another thing too. I'll give Dave Filoni an opportunity to redeem himself with the new projects that are coming out, because I honestly feel, I know we're still on wrestling, but I honestly feel that he had to green light crap that he didn't want to do because Kathleen was his boss, and he knew if I don't do it, I'm gonna be in big trouble. Blah 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 blah. Now, I'll grant you, I do know that he just booked himself to be in the Mando and Grogu movie because he's gonna be playing as Trapper Wolf in the movie. So he basically booked himself to be in that. But besides that, I will give him an opportunity to see what he can do. I'm not holding my breath, but I would like to have successful Star Wars shows be back, because I didn't watch Andor. Andor. Didn't watch Andor. I don't care to watch Andor. To me, it doesn't fit Star Wars at all. I like the sequel trilogy. But yeah, and also tomorrow is Easter. So for those who celebrate the holiday, we all know the reason. So I hope you guys have a good Easter. And me and Trey will see you guys on Monday with reviewing with the boys. And if you haven't already, hit the like button, subscribe, and share. On that note, everybody, take care. Have a good Easter tomorrow. Peace.
Peace.